Have you ever looked at your banking app and thought, am I actually getting the most out of my credit union? It's a super fair question. We so often set up our accounts, grab our debit card, and then just put the whole membership on autopilot. But right beneath the surface of your basic checking and savings, there's this massive ecosystem of benefits, rights, and tools designed specifically for you.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to decode what can honestly feel like a dense maze of administrative details, legal disclosures, and website directories, and turn it all into a highly practical, easy-to-use member toolkit. We're focusing specifically on the resources available through SchoolsFirst Federal Credit Union, and we're looking closely at how you can empower your financial life, protect your data, and get support without the headache.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today. Number 1, perks and direct deposit. 2, navigating important legal forms. 3, understanding your privacy rights. And 4, getting the support you need.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, perks and direct deposit. Maximizing your paycheck.
The most immediate financial concern most of us have is just figuring out how to get our money faster, right? Well, when you set up direct deposit with your checking or savings account using routing number 3222822001, you can actually get paid up to 2 days early. That is an absolute game changer. Imagine it's Wednesday, and while everyone else is waiting for Friday to pay their bills or buy groceries, your funds are already sitting comfortably in your account, totally ready to go. It fundamentally shifts how you manage your weekly cash flow.
And this brilliantly illustrates how setting up direct deposit basically removes the friction from your financial life. You're getting immediate access to your funds, absolutely no check holds, no rushing to a branch before it closes, and you completely avoid the hassle of losing a paper check. But it goes way beyond just convenience. Having this basic plumbing setup unlocks specialized perks. For instance, school employees can use the Summer Saver account to set aside money and earn a rather incredible 6.00% APY. That is literally your money actively working for you effortlessly.
Moving right along to Section 2, navigating important legal forms, or simplifying the paperwork.
Let's move to the administrative side and see how this builds. The U.S. Legal Forms Salary Reduction Agreement can look incredibly intimidating when you first download it. It's a dense, 5-section legal form, but we can break it down into easy, actionable steps that you can just complete online. Step 1. Provide your personal info and account type, and make sure to indicate if you want 9, 10, 12, or 24 deductions based on your pay cycle. Step 2. Specify your action and dollar amount. Actually, quick heads up here. Keep an eye out for the third-party administration fee to National Benefits Services in this section. Step 3 is simply acknowledging the disclosure agreement, followed by your signature and date in Step 4. Finally, Step 5 is filling in your advisor's contact info. By treating it as 5 distinct checkpoints, a really complex document becomes a simple 10-minute checklist.
Now, while we're on the topic of navigating the administrative side of your finances, it brings us to a very common question pulled straight from the forms portal. What is the maximum credit limit for SchoolsFirst? It's a great question, and the answer is that it's highly personalized. Depending on your overall financial profile, your credit history, and the specific account type, these limits can range from just a few $100s all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars. It is based entirely on your individual creditworthiness. Completing your account forms accurately is step 1 in establishing that foundation for your future financial growth.
Let's jump into Section 3, understanding your privacy rights. Taking control of your digital footprint.
In our modern banking era, taking control of your financial life absolutely means taking control of your digital footprint. And that starts with the CCPA disclosure, which went into effect on August 1st, 2023. First off, we need to define exactly what data the credit union is talking about here. Under the CCPA, personal information is anything that identifies, relates to, or could reasonably be linked with a particular consumer or household. Now here's a really vital distinction. This specific CCPA disclosure does not cover non-public financial information that's already protected by a different law called the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, or GLBA. So we're talking about your operational data, your digital interactions, and your behavioral footprint, rather than your core financial ledger.
Now, what's really fascinating about this is how we can trace a sort of mini narrative with your data. Every single category collected has a corresponding very specific job to do. Identifiers, like your name or IP address, are strictly for providing everyday services. Your physical geolocation? Well, that might help you find an ATM, but it's also a crucial security measure to prevent fraud if your card is suddenly swiped in another country. Meanwhile, your internet activity on their app might be used to show you relevant advertising for a loan you actually need. The point is, nothing is collected without a clear operational purpose.
But remember, at the end of the day, this is your data. If you're a California resident, you have actionable rights to control it. You have the right to know exactly what specific pieces of data have been collected, you have the right to request deletion of that personal information, and the right to correct inaccurate data. You can even use an authorized agent to make these requests on your behalf. And you have an absolute right to non-discrimination for exercising any of these rights. And if you want to assert these rights, you don't have to jump through hoops. You can submit a request directly via their online privacy portal or by calling 888-862-8238. Once you do that, they have a 45-day processing window to fulfill your request.
Which brings us to our final part today. Section 4, getting the support you need. Your contact directory.
So, knowing your rights is fantastic, but when something goes wrong, you need a dedicated lifeline. For general inquiries, the Member Contact Center is your go-to during normal business hours. But what if it's 2 a.m. and you just need to do a quick transfer? That's where the automated teller phone comes in, which is available 24/7. Or let's say you're on vacation. It's 9 p.m. on a Sunday and your card gets declined. You aren't stranded. Emergency card support operates from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. 365 days a year. And for complex things, like, say, a loan application, here's a quick pro tip. Call the main 800 number and dial extension 6557 to get routed straight to the specialists.
All of these tools, the early paydays, the simplified forms, the privacy protections, and that deep support network, they all tie back to a single unifying mission. SchoolsFirst is entirely dedicated to serving the state of California's school employees and their families. Every single resource we've unpacked today is intentionally designed to support that specific, statewide community.
We've definitely covered a lot of ground today, from maximizing your APY with direct deposit, to untangling legal forms, to taking back your digital footprint. These tools are sitting right there in your account, just waiting to be used. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Which part of your membership toolkit will you unlock today? Don't wait. Log in, take control, and make your credit union really work for you.